Okay, we got a commercial pump, gear pump here. It's actually Parker. Let's talk about it for a minute. Parker bought these out. Now this has got a piggyback for another pump that comes off here. I suspect this thing's a couple $1,000s. We're going to take a look at it. It got to a point we used to fix these all the time, replace sections, shafts, etc., and bearings, but it's gotten a point now where they're more like a throwaway. But we're going to take a look at this one just because of what it is. First of all, you can see this shaft here. It's worn out. Here's a tip. This is on a PTO, and you see all the splines are worn out. There's a flex plate that goes in the motor with a coupler on it, and that's blown out also. And what happens from a troubleshooting standpoint, it'll still turn, you know, it kind of catches us a little bit, but as soon as you load it up, it just starts slipping in there, and it won't build up flow or pressure. So that's what a tip that you can troubleshoot, because you see that, how it's worn off, and it'll kind of work, and then until finally it just starts spinning in there, and you won't get the pressure because it's blown out both ends. So we can replace that shaft. We used to be able to. We're going to check this. Okay, but see, the configuration got this here in the flanges. So this is a more expensive unit. We're just going to do an inspection right now. But the first thing you want to do, I'm going to use a punch. Let's ID this, because this pump is right-hand rotation. Here's your pressure port, tell by the smaller one, and then your intake line, which is bigger. But the way you ID these is you want to pump up, belly down, point the shaft at your stomach, and then it goes like this direction. So that's right-hand rotation, like that. So right-hand rotation pump. So you could punch a right on here, but the reason you want to punch this is it'll sit in a box for a while. If you have another mechanic that takes it apart, then another guy has to put it back together, and he doesn't know, and he might put it wrong. So we're going to go 1-1 punch. You can use this, or you can use numbers 2, 2, and then 2, 2. That way, say someone else comes to put it together, and they know. Okay, it has to be like that. Whereas if there's nothing, you'd be guessing, and then you go put it together, someone else, and then puts it together wrong, it doesn't work. Then everybody's pissed off. So what we're doing here, I don't know if we're going to be able to fix it. We're just going to take a look at this. See if we got the right. Let me get the right wrench for this. Looks like it's a 7/8. You know, if it's a couple thousand, we may be able to fix it by changing that shaft out. But let's look inside. Let's take a look at the wear on this thing. Okay, that's the key, and then determine whether it'd be worth fixing or not. I haven't priced a new one, but I suspect it's $2,000 or more for this thing. So we're just going to take a look at it and see if this will break it. Like I said, this is commercial Intertech used to build these. Now Parker bought them out. So, you know, things change. You're seeing that a lot. But I remember back, 30 years ago, we would fix these all the time, the gear pumps. In fact, we still have shelves full of sections, caps, flanges, shafts, all the seals, body seals. I mean, it's sitting on the shelf. We're just not doing them all the time because it gets to a point where it's not cost effective to do it. It used to be. All these castings now are made in China and all that. All the big players, it's all China's making all the castings for all this stuff. So, okay, let's So you got that, I'll just pop this apart. Okay. I'll tell you, this thing looks pretty clean. It's a bushing pump. It's a higher end pump. Now you want to take note of how these plates are on here. Okay, they go a certain way, the pressure. Okay, so I can tell you that the pressure side is over here where the pressure pack is. Okay, so you don't want to put these backwards, so you want to take note of how these cuts are on this. So for right now, the wear plate looks very good. Okay, so we're going to take this. This is an idler in here. Okay, and I'm looking at this. This thing looks very good. There's no inside the. Let's crack this open here, real quick. Okay, so we're going to break this off. Got these locating pins on here, but okay, so you know that goes like that. Because this thing, you want to just keep that like that because you want the pressure pack on this thing. But I want you to look, there's no wear on this wear plate. Okay, and then inside the housing, it's tight. There's no edges on it. This thing's in very good shape. So the only problem is this shaft. Now what I'll go do is look in my inventory and see if I have one, but definitely all I would need is this shaft, and usually they come in a set. Okay, and a seal kit, and it's back in business. Okay, so that's what I'll do is I'll price a gear set. I don't have to do this. This is almost like brand new. This thing's in good shape. So the cause of it was this spline wearing off here. Okay, and a little tip on that: when you go put these in, get heavy on never sees when you put it in there. It helps it last a little bit longer. Okay, it's not going to be 100%, but obviously it's worn off, and that's what happened. But everything else is super clean on this. Very surprised. I thought this would be worn out. But see all these locating pins all the way around? That keeps this body from shifting and keeps it tight, and that's why there's no edge in here. So this thing's in really good shape. And remember, we punched those marks in there, so now this will set for a week or so. We have to get the okay from the customer after we price this out. And it'll be, a seal kit, shaft seal, and we have those. Couple body seals, and the bushings in here are very good. These are a little higher quality. They used to use roller bearings in here, but this is a bushing type unit. And you can see on this housing, you got the intake side, bigger cavity here, and the pressure side here. See, you want to take note of that. You guys don't really understand that, but that's what I wanted to show you on that. I think we're going to be able to fix that one and save them a lot of money on that, even if it's a spare. So stand by for the next one.